Here to discuss more is Republican California Gubernatorial Candidate Steve Hilton. Steve, great to see you. So what's happening in your state of California is deeply troubling, to say the least, of course, highlighting Newsom's failures as a governor. And I want to take a deeper look into this hospice fraud allegations. As one building may be considered ground zero for the fraud, it has 89 registered hospices, and the state says that it proceeded to investigate and revoke the license of 280 hospices. But the question is, how was this able to happen in the first place, Steve?
Because in California, under 16 years of Democrat one-party rule, fraud has become the business model. I mean, we've been uncovering it at through my campaign. I set up something a few weeks ago, CalDOGE, the California Department of Government Efficiency. We've uncovered hundreds of millions, over $1 billion in one scheme, hundreds of millions in another already. We're not even in office, just going through what's there. The hospice fraud is actually one of the main areas because that's part of the Medi-Cal fraud. And you're seeing now, we've had tips coming in to our tip line, califraud.com, part of CalDOGE, where you've actually now got California doctors and the medical system falling victim to scams from Mexico. Why? Because of the free healthcare for illegal immigrants that Gavin Newsom has introduced. You've now got Mexican citizens living in Mexico claiming health benefits in California by pretending to be illegal immigrants. You've got fake illegal immigrants taking our taxpayer-funded healthcare benefits. It is just insane. This is what you get from one-party rule. They are completely casual about taxpayer money. They have no interest in making sure it's spent properly. And actually, a lot of it is pure corruption, because where the money ends up going is to donors and supporters and activists from the Democratic Party machine.
That is mind-blowing. I cannot believe that. I mean, it is upside down world, Steve. And there's so much, right, alleged fraud going on in your state, pandemic-era loan fraud, tax fraud, voter fraud,
exactly.
So much more we could delve into, and I know you're delving into that as well.
Exactly. I mean, this is why I set up CalDOGE, because when I'm elected governor in November, we're going to and take office in January, we're going to have to get to work straight away. There are so many problems to fix in California. We have to be well prepared. Of course, the fraud and the scale of the fraud is one of the reasons that you have this ridiculous situation in California where we pay the highest taxes in the nation but get the worst results. And everyone's saying, well, where's our money going? We pay all these taxes, state income tax, sales tax, property tax, all of it through the roof, the highest rates in the country. And yet on every measure, we have the worst outcomes. Like, what is going on here? It is because of the fraud and the corruption and the waste, and it's the Democrat machine that's driving that. So we've got to find it before I take office so that we're ready on day one to start cutting it.
Yeah. SBA Administrator Kelly Loeffler, she is doing a lot for American job creators and in California. Take a look at this. She's writing, SBA already implemented citizenship verification to stop illegal aliens from applying for small business loans, and now we're implementing a full ban on all foreign nationals who want to access our funding. American job creators must come first. Yes. Steve, your reaction to that? And then I'm also hearing that I guess Los Angeles is trying to sue the SBA over this rule.
It's amazing. She's doing a great job. I've spoken to Kelly many times over this, and that's exactly what we need. And it's very interesting, an example of what's going to be changing when I take office. Because suddenly, from this situation where you have right now the federal administration on so many issues trying to do common sense things across the country, including in California, and pushing California and suing organizations for the homelessness fraud and the small business fraud and all these things. And you've got the California Democrats fighting it, trying to actually sue the federal administration back. Whereas what you're going to see next year is a partnership, a common sense partnership between the Trump administration and my administration in California, where we're going to get rid of all this nonsense. Of course, our taxpayer money shouldn't be going to foreign nationals in any sense. I've got an announcement tomorrow I'm making on a separate but related issue, which is foreign nationals getting those commercial driver licenses. Again, you've got you've got Sean Duffy trying to stop that at the federal level, Gavin Newsom trying to keep it going in California. That's ridiculous. So it's going to be a whole different world next year once we get rid of this ridiculous, useless, failed, corrupt Democrat regime and have common sense back in California.
Yeah, Steve, you can't even make these things up. And when do Americans count? That's my question. Great to see you, Steve. Looking forward to that announcement.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.